Hello and welcome to our first gameplay video. We decided to start doing some videos like this from a request on our Discord channel from the community. If you'd like to join the Discord community, make sure you check out the description for a link below. The machine we're going to be using for this test is a Ryzen 7 with 16GB of RAM and an RX 560 4GB graphics card. The game we're going to be taking a look at first was from a request from the community, and it is Black Mesa, developed in 2020 by Crowbar Collective. It's a remake of the 1998 Half-Life 1. Now, apart from graphics that have really improved, with them trying to use a new engine, they've also changed some of the gameplay around, and some say it's actually better than the others. So we'll take a look through the game and we'll see what we can find. Just like the original, you start on the tram system. Unsure how you got on there, but I'm sure it'll make sense later on. Now, this scene in the original actually opened up the game really well to a new way of doing games. It was a bit of a big change in the gaming world when it was first released, and this one doesn't really take away from that. It really brings some context to the game and sort of a bit of mystery as well. So we'll skip through the train and we'll get into a bit of action. So we're just getting off the train now. If you haven't played the game before, we play a character called Gordon Freeman, and he's a research scientist at the Black Mesa facility, and technically he's just on his way to work. So we're going to wait for security to let us through. Now, it's quite interesting playing this at the moment, because the last time I did play this I played with a controller. Now, the game isn't brilliant with a controller, but it is playable, but there are some issues with it. But today I'm using a keyboard and mouse, and I haven't used a keyboard and mouse for a while, so bear with me as I try to go through this. So straight away the first scenes and the first rooms have changed a lot compared to the original game.
We had a system crash about, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files.
They got the good old Windows blue screen of death on there.
They were also having some problems down in the test chamber too. I think that's all straightened out.
And we're hearing there's some problems in the test chamber, so you know what's going to happen. So we need to head on down to the test chamber. There are signage on the walls, so we can just follow that down.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman.
Good morning, buddy.
But the thermal protection system seems to be online now. Those TPS reports have got
There's the G-Man. So nobody really knows who he is and what he does, and it doesn't really get answered in the Half-Life 2 either, so...
Got the wrong airlock, Mr. Freeman. You know I can't let you through here.
No, so we can't go that way. So we'll look down the other rooms, see what there are. There's a development and personnel.
you're living in the past. That experiment is taking
So the environments in this are much richer than the original.
Hold it right there, Mr. Freeman. I got explicit orders not to let you through without your hazard suit on.
Right, so we need the hazard suit. Half-Life is famous for the hazard suit because it's part of the character that you play, Gordon Freeman, and you need it to be able to get through a lot of the game later on.
I mean, combined with today's technology.
Morning, champ.
Morning.
Hello?
See if we can explode their lunch. Yeah, we can.
What the hell?
Whoops. So that was just one of those really cool features from the original game.
Why do we
So
all
we're now in
have to wear these
personnel.
ridiculous ties?
See if we can find... Oh, there's my locker, Gordon Freeman. Picture of a baby. And there's the hazard suits now, so there's one remaining. We open up the casing. We get the suits on. So now that we've got the hazard suit, we can start having a look to see if we can get through that door and go to the testing chamber. I'm actually a big fan of the Half-Life series. It's such a shame they never actually came out with Half-Life 3 back when we were playing these originally. So Half-Life 2 was in 2004. That's really the last time that they made a really good Half-Life game. I know there's Half-Life Alyx recently, but it's VR only, and not as many people have the equipment to be able to play it. But we've always been wanting Half-Life 3 to continue the story and maybe answer some of the questions, but it never got answered. So this was actually a good release in 2020 to really bring back some of that nostalgia. Now we've been able to let through the door. We'll head on down to the testing chamber. I'm always actually quite impressed with the job that they did on this game, because they did a really good job on adding the detail without actually taking away from the original game. Just like the original, it has active loading as it goes along, so you get those little jumps and little stops now and again where it loads up the next section, so there's no actual blank loading screen that you've got to wait through or anything like that. If you haven't played this game before, definitely worth giving it a go. The story is actually quite immersive that you can get into, and
What's up, Doc?
it offers a lot of mystery really that you can try to solve and try to figure out, although they don't ever really answer anything. Or a lot of them.
Ah, Gordon, there you are. Nice of you to finally join us, Doctor. We've just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we needed the extra resolution.
The administrator
So as you can see, the characters in this are quite actually active with the player. Again, for the time this was released in Half-Life 1, the characters were very similar. They didn't look the same, but the way they reacted was very similar. It was actually really new to video gaming, and it gave everybody such an immersive experience that it really just blew up as a really good game. It wasn't something that people were used to at the time, because we were playing things like Quake and Doom, where there wasn't really... There were stories, but you tended to just repeat the same thing. You didn't have this interaction with other people.
Gordon, good morning. I'm glad you're here. These last-minute changes, they're a bit strange to just... Oh, it's about to go critical.
Boom. Something's going wrong.
What in the blazes is going on with our equipment?
It was never meant to do this in the first place.
I'm going to have to go try and figure out what they're trying to do.
Handle ourselves, Eli.
Let's go.
Run along. We'll be but
So we see a lot of doctors doing a lot of work, or a lot of scientists doing a lot of work. They didn't actually change much around this. This is pretty much the same route that you take in Half-Life 1.
Everybody's been looking
But
for you, hombre.
they've made things like slightly bigger and more detailed, and obviously the graphics really show it off to be able to do
I'm
that.
afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedure today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us.
Typical.
This is the pure
They're going to be against
sample
procedure
we've
just
seen
as I turn up for
And
work.
potentially the most unstable.
Now, as long as
Yeah,
we
it's
follow
filling me full of
standard
confidence
insertion
already to
procedures,
go
everything
through this
will
big
be
door.
fine.
I don't know how you could say that. Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely. I just don't feel...
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this.
No, yeah, I do.
Highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have...
If they say nothing's going to go wrong, the chances are it's going to go wrong.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
Here we go. Oh, this brings back a few memories. So, test chamber. I believe the whole principle of the testing is really that they're trying to invent teleportation.
Everything seems to be in order.
But it wouldn't make a game if it all went exactly the way that they
Gordon,
explained.
your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. Now, if you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors,
I'm
that
already
will
there.
bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives. Good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1.
That's it, we all know it's going to go wrong now.
I'm seeing predictable phase arrays.
Get stuck on a ladder.
Stage 2 emitters activating now.
It's actually quite unbelievable how well the Source engine, which this was developed on, survived so long. It still looks stunning, even today, and it's very old. Half-Life 2 was released in 2004, so
Overhead capacitors
it's
to
a good few
105%.
years old on some of this engine.
It's probably not a problem. Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy in... Well, no. It's well within acceptable bounds here. Sustaining sequence.
We've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon.
Oh, sample's
It should
ready.
be coming up to you at any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
I think it's going to come in here at some point. There we go. All we need to do now is deliver it in.
Standard insertion.
Yep, there we go. Everything's going wrong.
Shut it down.
Shutting down.
Someone get him out of there and shut it down.
It's not shutting down.
Move down!
I hear noises, really weird. So we're now in and out. Everything's falling apart. The real game's starting now. Oh god. Looks totally different to the original Half-Life. So much more detail. There's some crazy dudes. Can't move, I'm stuck. So this is now technically Chapter 3, Unforeseen Circumstances. Everything's gone wrong. Gordon Freeman has now got to escape the facility and potentially help as many people as he can on the way. And this is going to bring us to the end of this video gameplay. If you like this commentary going through the initial start of Black Mesa, let me know in the comments and give this video a like, and we'll take a look at recording the next couple of scenes and doing a bit more commentary as we go. If there's any other games that you would like us to do a bit of gameplay on, and in particular any games that you want us to look up so you know whether to get it or not, make sure you join the Discord server. The link is in the description, and we'll see you again next time.